girl Jules coming at you with another special. Want to talk to you about some things. And you know, if you know me, I keep things all positive and talk about life and you know how to be a better person, mother, wife, all that good stuff. And last week I hit a topic on relationship and supporting your partner, and it seems like since then, one, I got a lot of views, so thank you all for subscribing and supporting. But I wanted to add a part 2 to that because I think that there's a little bit more that I probably did not cover that I feel like I need to. So I talked about supporting your partner instead of dogging them, and that was because I had read that article that morning that just like that thing shook me, because I'm a married woman and I would hate for my husband to be doing that about me. And it, you know, the husband had found text messages from he was looking through her phone. So that's another thing. Why you got that kind of relationship, you got to look through that person's phone. But that's another, I got so many stories about marriage. But he was looking through her phone and saw that. And then he saw there was a lot of messages about him where she was talking smack about him. And I just don't believe in that. Like I said, I believe you're supposed to support your partner through thick and thin and be there for them. It's the two of you against the world. That's how I feel about me and my husband. It's me and him united, standing strong against the world. So, but in that, I did say that you shouldn't talk about your husband to your coworkers nor to your friends. And I want to just expand on the part where I said you shouldn't talk to your friends about what goes on in your home. I really want to add to that. I think that I don't trust people, unfortunately. I don't trust a lot of people because I feel like people sometimes smile in your face and then they talk a lot about you behind your back. I kind of been through that in high school. And I will be honest, if you talk about somebody to me, then I always think you're talking about me to them. So I watch that. I monitor that. I see things like that. That's just how I am, right? So because of that, I've seen growing up, right? I've had friends that, you know, especially girlfriends, when you're first starting out in life, there's a lot of drama. You start dating, and you have problems with your first man and stuff like that, because they do cheat on you, unfortunately, especially in the younger stages and things like that. Or you just go through ups and downs. You find out that this partner is not the one for you. He is the one for you. But in those times when you're talking to your girlfriend and you're, you know, pouring your heart out, there's a lot of people that are judgmental. So when you do that and you talk to your girlfriend thinking they, you know, they down and they riding for you, and then behind your back, they go to the next girlfriend and go, girl, whatchamacallit was talking to me about her situation, and she's so stupid. I don't know why she put up with him and why she's doing that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. As a friend, I think our job is to listen and just to be supportive. I don't think we should be casting judgment or casting opinions. Obviously, we're human and we're still going to have some opinions no matter what. But sometimes your friend just needs a good ear and just needs you to listen to them. The reason why I said not to trust friends or not to talk to your friends about your business is because, unfortunately, you don't know which friend is going to just listen and to be there for you. I feel like I'm a rare anomaly as far as friendships go. Like, I have a few girlfriends and so forth, things like that. And if they talk to me about their situation, I don't judge them, because at the end of the day, I believe everyone has issues, right? We all have things that we have to deal with, and we all deal with them differently. We are not the same. We are all unique. I think I'm one of the rare people that don't judge and won't talk about you behind your back or tell you to leave. Like, for instance, if I have a girlfriend and then they're with somebody, whether it not be married or it just be their partner, their boyfriend, the only time I would tell my girlfriend to leave her partner is if that partner were abusing her physically and mentally and beating them and things like that. If it is just an argument, or, you know, sometimes it could be about finances, it could be about spending time together, I will try to listen, I will listen. And if you ask me for my opinion, I usually always say, is it okay if I share my thoughts with you? I do ask. You have to be careful with that, because sometimes people just want to vent and they are not ready and they don't want to hear what you have to say. So you have to make sure that person is in the mind frame that they will listen to you, right? Is this a conversation where they are seeking advice, or is this a conversation where they want to vent, or is this a conversation that they just want to talk and maybe getting it off their chest makes them feel a little bit more relief and they don't feel as pressured? So you have to think about what kind of situation it is. So if it's something where my girlfriends are talking or anything like that, and I feel like as a good friend, because as a good friend, I want to tell them the truth. When they during the conversation, I will find, you got to feel it out. So I can't tell you when. If it's appropriate to say, can you listen? Because sometimes your girlfriend could be the one that's wrong. That could be the person that's irrational and not making the best decisions, and they could be complaining about their partner, but their partner is completely in the right and they're in the wrong. So you ask, is it okay if I, share my thoughts with you? And then if they're okay with that, then you tell them nicely. You just don't do it in a judgmental tone. And you have to remember that we are all different and we're all unique. So I don't want to tell people not to talk to their girlfriends or not to tell their friends. It might not even be a girl. It might just be your homeboy. I don't want to tell you not to tell them your business, but I want to tell you to be careful of those that you do trust with telling your business, because I do get it. You want an outlet. Sometimes you get so frustrated you want to vent, but you also have to remember that that person that you're talking to, most people, not all, most people will sit there and hear only the bad things. And when you are recovered and doing things back together and you're not mad at them anymore, they hold that as a grudge and they're still mad at the person. Especially I know with cheating that happens quite often, because that person's going to say, oh, they cheated. I am one of the ones, and I'm not telling you to stay with your partner if they cheated on you, but if they cheat on you and you stay with them, I am not going to judge you and say you're stupid, that you're crazy, you shouldn't have. I will only listen and support. I will not judge, because to each their own. However, I will tell you this. If my man cheated on me, I'm out, okay? So I know we say in any different situation, we would respond differently, blah, 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 blah. That's a whole different topic. So I will not judge you and tell you what to do, but I know for me, I'm a boss chick. I don't need to take that from nobody, so I'm out. I'm out. But that's a whole nother topic. Actually, it's not even a topic, because I don't have those kind of problems. But when we're talking about your girlfriends and stuff like that, I think it's important that you are supportive and you listen to them. So I just wanted to add to that. I still believe you're supposed to support your partner. I still believe, when you are venting to your friends or anything, you're still supposed to be looking for solutions. What is the problem? When you're venting and you're saying, oh, he only does this or he only does that, or he never listens, he never wants to look for a job, he's always doing this, and it becomes a dead end. Well, what is the solution for that? I still believe when you are expressing yourself, and especially if it's a marriage and it's a partnership, or not everyone wants to get married nowadays, but you could be with that person for 10 years or whatever. If it's a long-term relationship and this is your better half, your other half, what is the solution for what you are venting about? What is it? You have to be coming to, you shouldn't be just venting to vent. You have to be looking for, I hope you're looking for a change to that solution, right? To that problem. You're looking for a solution to that problem. So that is really important. I still believe we're supposed to support your partners. We're supposed to be there for them. Like for my husband, I love him to death, and I am ride or die. I will be with him forever. Because you just never know in life that sometimes, things go in waves. That person could be down today and by tomorrow could be up. You just never know what it is. And I always remember that, and I always think about that. So I might be climbing high today, but tomorrow I could have a situation where I'm not, right? Same thing with your partner. So you just don't know. Life has ups and downs. Everyone has ups and downs. Some of the biggest companies have ups and downs. That's why they come out with quarterly earnings, and they talk about that because they have to review. Sometimes they look at their quarterly earnings and they see it's not what they projected and it's lower than what they wanted. And so they plan again. So it's okay. That's a down moment for them. But now they plan for the up. So in life, no matter what, that's why there's the word down, because there are downs. And that's why it's the word up, because there are moments of that you're up and there are peaks. So what is it that you do in those situations? Like I say, it is not the rise, it's not the fall that defines you. It is the rise. So how do you get yourself up? How do you work with your partner and get out of whatever hole that you might be in? That's what you're supposed to do. So that's important. And just, think about that. And I apologize to anyone who might have felt like, oh, I'm telling you not to tell your girlfriends everything or not to tell your friends everything. It is just to be careful with what you say to them. And I still don't think you should tell them everything. You want to be mindful of how much you let out. because sometimes what goes on in the house does not need to go out elsewhere. So you have to think about that. What is it that you're sharing with them? Is it too much? Is it something that can hurt you? Is it something that can let you end up in jail? What is it, right? So you want to be careful of how much you are sharing with them. I do think a good friend will listen and be non-judgmental and be supportive, and that's important as well. And it's important to have friends like that, but you just have to make sure that that friend is that way. The thing is that sometimes people, you see them one day and they project a certain image, but behind closed doors, they're not that person. Behind closed doors, they're talking about you. Behind closed doors, they're making fun of you. They're talking behind your back. They're not supportive. They're not supporting you. So you just have to make sure that it's a real good friend, and it is somebody who doesn't do that behind your back or doesn't do that when you're not around them. Like I said, I feel like I'm one of the rare people that don't judge. I believe in friendships and in relationships and marriages, all of that we all go through our own trials and tribulations. I believe no marriage is perfect. I believe no friendship is perfect. There's always things about someone that you may not like, but there are other things about them that you love. It's okay, right? Because we talk about being unique and being different. But if you have a friend and there's things that you don't like about them, is it that you hate it, or it's just that it's something that could be annoying? It's okay. They're still a good person, right? So you don't hate them or you don't dislike them. But there are traits about some people that you're just like, ooh, not for me, right? So just think about that. And again, for anyone that might have taken that to heart, where I said don't share your business with your friends and your coworkers, I still mean don't share with your coworkers. That I believe 100%. Again, I've had situations where people have shared things with their coworkers, and I've been in the room, and then when that person leaves, another coworker will talk all about them and say stuff about, their children or their spouse or whatever. And I'm like, you just listened and you were supposedly a good friend in that moment. And the minute they turn their back, you're here talking about them. I'm not down with that. So that's why. But in that, when you're venting or you're talking about the situation, be looking for solutions to the problem. Don't just vent to vent. Don't just talk about them to talk about them. Whatever it is that they're not doing, whatever it is that they're doing, what is it that you need them to do better for you? What are you looking for? Because I know when I'm complaining about stuff, I don't like to complain. That's just me. I do not like to complain. As you know, I always believe that time is our most valuable asset. I say it all the time. So if I'm complaining and I'm talking about something, then where is the solution? That's just a waste of time to me. I need to come up with something so that I don't spend time complaining again. Does that make sense? If you have a situation, even if it was with your husband or your girlfriend, and all you did was complain about what they did, you literally just wasted time. Okay, that's what they did. What is the solution to fixing that? How can you make that better? That is what you're supposed to do, because then now your time is productive and you can use that time towards something else. But if all I did was talk about, like, my husband not picking up his socks, he doesn't. He throws his socks on the floor all the time. I don't know why. He still does that. But if I take all the time complaining about it, what's the solution? Right? I just wasted time. So my solution to that is to talk to him about it. So now, instead of 100% of the time he leaves his socks, he might do it 20% of the time, and now he's made more of an effort to pick up his socks and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. Look for solutions. My solution to that situation, nobody could fix that for me, was to tell him, babe, I'm getting older. I don't like to keep bending down like this. Just put your socks in the hamper. There is a hamper. We have 2 hampers, right? But put them in the dirty hamper. Don't just leave them on the floor because somebody has to pick them up. You just used to me picking them up all the time. Please don't do that to me. And then I'm like, I work all day, I'm tired. And I explained it and explained how I feel. And he was okay with that. So I'm not going to pretend that 100% of the time he does it, because I'm laughing to myself, because yesterday he left it and I did pick it up for him. But I will say he's gotten better, and 80% of the time he does it. So just bear that in mind. I hope that this was, some good food for you, some good words of encouragement and motivation as we talk about friendships and different things. I am going to do another video on this too, because I think it requires a little bit more time and a little bit more thought and a little bit more emphasis on supporting your partner and having that girlfriend that you can confide in and talk to and things like that. So I actually do want to add more to this, but I had so many views and so many comments on that, so I really wanted to just come out quickly and elaborate on the part about supporting your partner and just being mindful of what you tell your girlfriends. You can tell some people, but please trust me, don't tell everybody, because you want it to be that. The other thing is too, when you tell somebody, if it gets back, if you say, ooh, I only told such and such, then you know it's that one person. But if you told 10 different people and it gets back to you, you don't know who spilled it, right? You don't know who spilled the beans. So things like that. But anyway, I hope that this helped somebody today. I hope you're doing well. We're always talking about doing better, and that's better in life, better mother, better wife, better partner, better employee, better friend, better sister, cousin, whatever it is, and just a better you in general. That is my goal, and that's one of the things I'm trying to do with myself, is reflect and do better today than I did yesterday, always. All right, so you do the same. Have a great day today and be better today than you were yesterday. Peace out. Talk to you soon.